Hello everybody, my name is Alan from Sauber-Lab, and today we're gonna show the application called Zapline. This application it's made to share folders, share images, share files with other people. Basically you can create multiple users. Those users can drop those files in some specific folders or basically drop those files, and then you can create remote access links which allowed you to share some images, to share some information easy way without needing to create user passwords, without you need to do too much configuration. So if you like this idea and want to learn a little bit more about it, we're gonna show in this video, but first of all, don't forget to leave your like, consider subscribe for the channel, and let's understand a little bit more about it. As I told, in this video we're gonna show an application that it's used to have your file upload server. It means that you can upload all the files there and you can export it or can share only using that specific link. So to understand a little bit more about this specific application, we come here in my screen. Here my screen, as the name say, next generation of Xshare or ShareX. Basically this ShareX, it's applications made for share files or share pictures over the internet. Also, they say that slash file upload server. What's allowed you to do? Basically they'll have a nice dashboard what give you access or overview for all your data. These zips that they say will be your pictures. If you want, you can see the status of those pictures, so how often people download or how often people access it. At least you have an idea which files is more used and which files not so much view. Here you can have all your gallery, what you can decide which one that you can share. You can have a shorter URL. It means that you can have a really big website, and in this case you can short a little bit smaller to make your life easy when you want to share over the internet. Here you can organize all your files for folders and for specific groups. In this way some groups can be public, some of those can be private, or if you want to just share lots of files in the same time, you can put everything to be public, and you can do all this configuration using folders. Also, if you look, basically it's really quick to install, easy to configure, easy to upload any file, folders, short URL, embedded. You can have notification, two-factor authentication, password protection, image compress, and other things. And if you look, that's it. It's basically what this application can do for you. If I read everything, they don't help you to understand how work this application. So this way, we're gonna look for one that I just upload or just create. If I come here home, I have some pictures, what I can see what's going on. If I come here, I can open a new tab or I can copy clipboard, and now this one is already my external accessible picture, and that if I share this link with everyone, they will access. Not really, because I don't have yet export or external access for this server, so only my network. But if you configure Cloudflare, you can use your website, connect to Cloudflare tunnel, and that's you're gonna have the same option, the same power to use all your applications and share these pictures. Also, you can have lots of pictures. You can see what's your storage, how many views, how many users. Because I just create it, they don't upload or don't update so fast, so it will take some minutes or some hours for me to show my status. Here will be all the files that I have. They change a little bit the file name. If I want to be big or small, I can set up the length of the files. Here will show all the files. If you have a lot, it will look like a gallery. You can upload or you can see what is pending to be uploaded. You can remove all the no medias and leave the no medias if you want. You can use folders. So let's say in this way, I have this folder what have two files. And if I use it external access, I can see all my folders, and if I don't want to see it, I can set up as a private, and now I cannot see it anymore. So this specific web link don't exist anymore. Also, you can see all your starts or status. They take a little bit to process it, but because I just installed it, they will not highlight any status. My URL shortener, let's say that I have my website here. It's quite big, I want to simplify it a little bit. So I'll come here, put my URL shortener. I can paste this information and submit. If I want to select how much views that can use, let's say 100 views, and then after this one I can copy this link. It means that once that I have 100 views, they will basically disappear this URL, and if I come here and paste this information, they auto directly to my Sauber-Lab website, what was my main idea, and in this way you have a quite short link compared for what you need to have. Let's say it's quite a lot to remember. Here you can upload all your file, all your text. Admin, you can create other users. Let's say that you want to have more than one user to upload files. Here you can create user A, B, C, D, and you can configure that only user A will be able to see their own files, user B will be able to see your own files, and here you can create a shortcut for your website, and you can make as many shortcuts that you want. So have all in mind, and if you really like this application, now we're going to explain how you can install it. To install it, first thing that you need to have Docker installed on your computer. After you have Docker installed on your computer, second thing that you need to have is Portainer. Why? Because I like Portainer, you can run directly in Docker run, but Portainer make your life easy. If you like this application, now is the time that we're going to show how you can install it. But before you start to install anything and you lose time to try to install it, have in mind that you need to have a machine that have Docker, and also need to be able to install Docker Compose or able to run Portainer. Why Portainer? Because I like Portainer, it's quite easy to use, so I will use Portainer, but if you want to use directly Docker Compose, you can do it. So have this one in mind, we come here in the website, and here the website, we come and click Get Start. They'll give two options. First one, you can run directly in the put this information, or you can copy this information and go to your Portainer. So let's copy this one. Let's come here in my Portainer. I will come stack, and I will create a new stack. Here in stack, what I'm gonna do, I'll pass this information, and now have all my configuration. First thing that I'm gonna do, before I forget, I will create the name of this Portainer. Otherwise, I will forget to do it, and that will be quite annoying. And now I will start to do some configuration, or at least I try to explain how it works this specific Docker Compose. So first, here will be user and password. Make sure that you configure this user and password correctly and change it. Don't keep those, because otherwise it's unsafe. Because I'm only used to show about this application in this video, for me I will not change it. Here will be the volumes. I always like to use the absolute path, or at least a volume that backup need. In the case that for any reason my computer stopped to work, I have my backup and I can restore all my applications. So in this way, because I'm using Synology NAS, I'm gonna use the absolute path for the Synology NAS. In my case, where I save will be this location, so volume 1, because will be all the pool for my Synology NAS. Have a shared folder called Docker, and that I have a folder called Zapline, and I have another folder called PG Data. Here it's healthy, check. So what they're gonna do, they will check each 10 seconds, and if they don't answer anything for 5 seconds, they will retry for 5 times. After this one, they say, oops, something's wrong with this Postgres, let's try to fix it and try to check it. So this is basically all the Postgres or all the database that we'll have. Now we're gonna properly install Zapline. This will be the image I set as a restart and last stopped. This port is already being used for other applications, so I will move it for 3030. This reason that when we was access that one, you see 3030, and here will be my secret. Change this, and also if you change this information, you need to change this information. How it's work? If you change your password and your user, first will be password and the second one will be user. And you're gonna ask, Alan, how you know about it and how I'm sure that you'll not forget? Simple, if you come here, configuration and core, they'll give a little bit more information about it. And if you look at this specific information, here they say user, password, port and database. So this reason that if you change this, you need to make sure that you change here. Database you don't need to change, but if you change, don't forget to change your database as well. Now we look for where we're gonna upload this information as a upload in public, because we are not running the Docker Compose, so you need to put your absolute path. I need to remove this information and copy what will be the absolute path. Don't forget to remove those comma, and I will do exactly the same for the folder or the file below. And here we can delete my volume, and I will say it's done. No, it's not done yet. You know why it's not done? Because if you come here, you have more applications, more configurations. Everything that you copy in your environmental is the configuration that you can do. So let's try to understand a little bit more what we can do. So here, if I'm using Cloudflare, what I suggest you to do, Cloudflare Tunnel, they will generate SSL certification, and that's what will be good for you use this specific configuration. So let's copy here and let's add in my environmental. So I'll put space and copy or paste this one. So now I'll go to the next one. Change me is already there. This will be the secret key for sign off of any sensitive data. Look like if you put a password protected data. Here will be my host. So what I like to do is to keep exactly the same host. Let's say 000. So let's say 000. I will come here and paste the same information. Now I'll go for the next port. It's already there. This one's already there. Interval, it's okay. And compress, nothing else that I'm interested in for this specific information. If I want to configure any score notification, here's the time that you can configure it to use your username, your password, your configurations, and continue on. In my case, I will not configure it, so I'll jump this notification. Here will be the same. I can jump this notification unless I wanted to remove all the information. I can only put to remove it, otherwise I can leave as a standard. They will be set as a false, so they will not remove the GPS if you're using a specific picture. Here in pictures, I can set up pictures for envar-true, size of the length, I can make notifications, I can make oath and other things. In my case, I will not configure anything about this. Multi-factor authentication, yes, I suggest you to enable two-factor authentication first of all. So I'll enable two-factor authentication. This way, when your user wants to do it, they can use this two-factor authentication for extra security. So if I come here, now I need to copy this second information. I will come here and say who's enabled this authentication. It's not Zapline anymore, it's Sauber-Lab. Now we'll be back here. Let me close this one. So how many seconds or how long they need to wait until to upload another pictures to avoid that they put thousands of pictures and overload your system. In my case, not a problem. SSL, we're gonna use Cloudflare Tunnel, or I suggest you to use Cloudflare Tunnel, so this configuration is totally relevant for you. Uploader, you can configure the size of the upload, you can configure the limits of upload. Let's say that I wanted to make a little bit bigger, to be a little bit more difficult for someone only to discover it. I'll put as, let's say 12. So that one that was using was only 6 digits, now will be 12. It's a little bit bigger, more chance or more files that you can do. If I be back here, I can limit how much admin can upload, the size at least. And here, if I come here, how much a user can upload the same way. If I come here, I can limitate what the extension. So if I wanted to upload only JPEG or only PNG or GIF, I can set up the extension. If I don't set up it, will be any kind of files that will allow me to upload. Now I can set up the format of upload. Let's say that I want to have these files named as a year, month, day, hour, minutes and seconds. I can do it. In my case, I don't need to do it, so I will leave empty. Here is the expired date, let's say, for this file, so after 1 day they will delete it or will not be accessible anymore. Here will be the metrics if I wanted to assume anything. URL, I don't need to worry about it, and this is the website. So without this specific information, they will appear the website as Zapline. I don't want it. I want it to show as a Sauber-Lab, so I'll change it. If I come here, show files per user, it means that if I don't enable this one, all the users will see all the files. I don't want to do it. I want that one user see only their own files. So we'll come here and add this information. Now remember that you have this specific information that we used before, so it's this information. So we'll copy here and paste. Don't forget to take out this comma, and now we're gonna put as a Sauber-Lab. Oops. And here my URL, so will be sauberlab.com. And let's see what else we can do. We can have a website show revision, exactly what I want as well. And that's it. So all the configuration that I can do, I did, and everything is configured the way that I want. So next step, what I need to do, I need to click deploy the stack, and this time all my container will be created. So let's start it. So once that my container is complete, now they will appear this information, they will say complete ready. So let's open that specific port. Here's the port. So to exit, my user will be administrator and my password will be password. Now I have my application empty, just install it. Let's upload some files. So we'll come here, upload some files. So I'll come here, copy those files and put upload files. They will take some minutes, and we'll give a little bit bigger, you can see. And we'll give these names. And if I come here, this is all my files again. The name of the files, I can open a new tab and I can do everything that I was doing before. So now we install this application and you can use as much as you want. Other thing, don't forget to change the password for this user. So if I come here, administrator, come manage account, now I can change my user, my password, my informations. I can enable this two-factor authentication, and that's, you know, that everything will be work. If you like this video and think that was interesting, please don't forget to leave your like, consider subscribe for the channel if you're not subscribed, and see you next time. Bye.